When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down.
We're back, guys. Here with Steph,
Back.
and we are gonna do another segment of a shocking good time. So, Steph, I guess you had a couple questions for me, man, or something.
Oh yeah. I was I was trying to, cause I feel like we always freestyle it every time we shoot the pods, you know.
There's no other way to do it.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to like ask a little bit more, like more questions that were, I guess, like hot takes, I guess.
Okay.
Like, what are some like unpopular opinions that you have, like, versus like people think like it's common to them, but you kind of think the opposite. That makes sense.
That's a good question, but I don't know. I can't think of something off the top of my head. I guess some people. Is it anything? It can be anything.
Yeah,
specific?
it could be anything.
I was talking about this the other day. But like the gym.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe that it takes 2-3 hours to get a good pump in at the gym. Like, because I know some people, man, like, I've known a couple people that like I've been here for 4 hours and they like, bro, if you've been at the gym for 4 hours, you're not getting a good workout in, bro. Like, I go to the gym, I'll be there for 45 minutes and I'll get a good workout.
Yeah.
It's I don't need to be there for that long. Like, I'll go inside. Like, if I'm getting a 30 to 45 minute workout in, first thing I'm doing is I'm going to the dumbbell section. I love dumbbells.
Okay.
As far as for the gym goes, so like I'll hit a couple dumbbells. Maybe I'll do some biceps that day. Maybe a little bit of back. Something. Just mix up the two. I'll do like 4 to 5 workouts solid, real quick. 10 reps each, 3 sets. Boom, 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 boom. Knock them out. Next thing I'm doing after that is I'm doing abs. So I'll do abs. I'll do like 100 reps of something with crunches, leg flutter kicks, whatever it is. And then I'll run straight to the treadmill and I'll run as fast as I can for 1 mile. And then after that, I go in the sauna and I'm done. I can do all that in 45 minutes.
How long do you take in the sauna?
I'll spend like 12-15 minutes in the sauna.
So like a third of what your workout is?
Yeah.
Or you hit 45 minutes and then you hit the sauna?
No, it's like 45 minutes. Like, so I'll usually when I'm like on a time crunch, I won't hit 12 to 15 minutes. I'll hit like maybe 8 to 10 minutes. So 30 minutes like doing maybe like 20 minutes doing like muscles, just weights. 6 to 7 minutes on the treadmill. And yeah, bro, I'm moving. Like,
I honestly think that the shorter workouts are always the better workouts, especially like when I'm working out with you.
yeah.
We always like, I feel like we like superset. Like, so we'll be doing like 2 things at once sometimes too.
Yeah.
I like supersetting like, I guess like you said, like dumbbells. Dumbbells are like really good to hit.
Now, don't get me wrong, man. Like, if you're in the gym for like 2 hours, okay, I could say like, if you're in the gym for 2 hours, like you gotta you gotta come out dying, bro. Like a lot of times when I'm doing a 2-hour workout, I'm really taking my time on everything that I do. Not like a lot of the times when I'm taking that long, I'm maybe waiting a little bit longer during my sets. So typically, maybe I'm lifting a little heavier during those days. But
Yeah.
like, I don't like spending like if I go over 2 hours in the gym, I feel like I've lost that day, bro. Like,
Yeah.
And then plus, I get home, the wife's upset with you, things like that.
Yeah.
Bro, anybody going over 2 hours, bro, you're either screwing around, you're talking to your friends, you're
Yeah.
texting on your phone while you're on the machine, or you're talking to girls, bro. Like, there's no. Am I right though, or am I wrong? Like,
yeah. Do you feel like do you have a cutoff time where like if you don't go to the gym by this time, like you're not going to the gym?
I'll go, bro, but we can all agree. Anybody watching this pod, like, the worst time to go to the gym is between 5 and 6 o'clock, bro. That's the worst time because that's the time where I just told you, like, all those guys lollygagging, they're talking to women, they're not in the gym working out. They're there to do all that at 5 to 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So typically, what I like to do is I like going to the gym either in the morning, which I'm not a very big like morning person to motivate myself to get up in the morning and go. So I my time to go to the gym is like 3-4 o'clock.
Yeah.
If not, I wait till like after 6 to go because sometimes I have to go at 5 or 6, and
it's hell, bro.
Yeah, you're waiting for a machine like for 10 minutes.
It's like you'll go to hit chest, but then you'll end up having to hit like shoulders because like everything's just I hate that too. Man, I was gonna. Oh yeah, but you didn't really answer my question. What? It was like, is there a certain time that like But once it's like 7 o'clock, do you feel like, oh man, I'm not gonna go today, or do you feel like do you still try to make time to go?
It just depends on the day. Like today, like, I haven't gone to the gym today, and
Yeah.
we have something planned right after this.
Yeah.
If technically, if I wanted to, like I can go. I could have made time today to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like you always have time for stuff. It's just what are you willing to sacrifice in order to make time for that thing in your life? Whatever. I mean, it could be the gym. It could be anything else. Like you always have time to do things. Like
What does the wife think when you go late?
she don't like it.
She gets mad.
She don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But realistically, if I'm gonna go and do my gym workout and like I know I gotta be somewhere after work or whatever. I have to make time in the morning to go.
Mm.
Today I didn't do that, so that's kind of on me. But yeah.
So hot take, 45 minutes.
Hot take, hey, you don't need over 3 hours to go to the gym, bro. 2 hours max, bro, max.
I think
And
2
that's-
hours is even pushing it, bro.
I think it is honestly. But if you're at the gym for 2 hours, like you're like I said, you're lifting really heavy. You're taking your time,
Yeah.
letting your muscles relax for a second, and then boom,
Yeah.
like and I'm talking about you're maxing out, bro. Like
What do you think about like, because obviously like there's bodybuilders, that's like their passion. They dedicate their like whole day around bodybuilding. Do you feel like to become like to achieve like that physique? Do you feel like it takes that long, or do you feel like
yeah, bro. If you're dedicating your life to bodybuilding, I can understand that they're getting a couple workouts every day. So,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe one in the morning, one midday, one at night, and they're eating a lot all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so
I couldn't imagine it, man.
I mean that's pretty crazy. If you look at some of these Mr. Olympias, bro, like C-Bum, bro, like that fool.
Yoked.
Yeah, that fool's crazy, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just like my lifestyle versus their lifestyle is two different things, you know. So I'm not like a bodybuilder or anything like that. So I'm just talking about
What is your like morning routine or your like your daily routine? Like,
my
what,
morning routine.
like if you could have like, what's your perfect day? Like waking up to like going to the gym. Like what is it?
Like I said, I don't like going to the gym in the morning. To be honest, like if
Okay, so like what is it in the morning?
I wake up, to be honest, I'm like 70% of the people out here, man. And just, like I'm not a perfect person. I'm one of those guys that I sleep with my phone next to me. I wake up and I'll get on my phone. I wake up, and it's not a good habit, but that's my first thing that probably I do. I get on my phone. Next thing I do is get up, get ready for work, and I come to work. I get to work by 7:30. If not, I'm here earlier, maybe 6:30 at times, depending on the day. But I'm getting ready for the first thing that I do every morning when I get to work though is we do our morning huddle. So I have to be ready for our morning huddle.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've committed to myself. Like I gotta be there. I gotta be on time. I gotta have my coffee ready. I gotta have my calculator. I got no, for real. Like we plan out our whole day right there, 8 o'clock, boom, and we have like 6 different departments that we ask. Like, all right, what are we doing here in this department, even the marketing. We'll sit down with the marketing guys and what are we doing today? What are your posts? Like it's all very strategic, and that's my first thing on my mind when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
My huddle. I gotta get ready for my huddle. After that, it's pretty much everyone goes on their day, but everybody has a plan for the day, right? And then, I mean, my daily routine could change over time. You know?
Do you feel like it's gonna change like once you like start implementing like the HVAC that like you're trying to
100%.
like what?
We haven't even really said that, but yeah, we're gonna start the HVAC, and that'll be a whole different ballgame. I definitely get people involved that are doing the HVAC specifically, like doing the numbers.
Yeah.
Getting those people involved.
I had a question about because I was talking to Armando about certified payroll.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between regular payroll and certified payroll, and why is it called certified payroll?
So certified payroll, you got to submit all the hours to the DIR, and if you don't know what the DIR is...
Explain that yet. The DIR, because I have to send them a letter today.
Yeah, so the DIR is pretty much the government.
Okay.
It's like a monitoring... It's the department... D stands for department. Hold on. IR. Can't remember. Internal Relations. I think that's what it means. Maybe I might be wrong. But DIR is basically the government. And the DIR works with a lot of government work. So if the government wants our business to do work, we have to run everything through the DIR. We have to make sure that all of our guys have their certifications and they're uploaded to the DIR. We got to make sure that we're paying them the correct hourly rate. And when it comes down to that stuff, like, very split up. It gets very boring too, so I don't want to go like.
No, you're good. You're good.
Into
Yeah,
it,
just kind of briefly.
Like, let's just say there's 4 different counties in this area. Each county has a different rate, hourly rate versus an apprentice and then a journeyman. A journeyman makes the top tier money.
Yeah.
Apprentice is not gonna make as much, of course, but it's still a higher rate than what they're usually getting paid.
Yeah.
It's government work. Government, they require you to pay your employees a certain dollar amount when you get on those jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it stressful, like working with the DIR, or is
For
it?
me specifically, I mean, I don't have a whole team that does it. Like we usually, we're like I'm the one that usually does it. So, I mean, it can get pretty stressful.
Yeah, I was at the bank today, and I had to get a cashier's check for the DIR, and I walk up, and the lady was helping me, and she was like, "Oh, and who you writing the check out to?" And I was like, "Oh, it's for the DIR," and I showed her like, I wanted her to make sure she spelled it right.
Yeah.
And she was telling me that I guess like they only take money orders or something like that when you're like for the application.
Yeah.
And she says that she does a lot of them. Like people are always going in for like money orders.
Nice.
You can't just pay over the like the internet and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I was just a little bit confused on it because I didn't really know what the DIR was, but I do know that they're for like public works, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I guess like another question that I had was like growing up, if you knew what you know now, let's say like going into high school, like would there be anything that you would change or like do differently? Obviously,
Like going into like
Yeah.
like I was 14 at the time or 13.
like 15 going into high school. I think you're 15 when you go into high school. Like, would you do anything differently? And like, if so, what would it be and why?
I would have bought Bitcoin.
All right, bro.
No.
I think Bitcoin was already big already.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would say. No, honestly, bro. Like if we're gonna go on a deeper level of things, like I feel like every kid needs their childhood, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like when it comes to that kind of thing, like everyone's like, oh, I'll do something totally different, but God has your life going the route that it's going for a reason. So
Yeah.
don't change anything, or I mean, always try to be a good person. Like that's what I would tell myself if I was on my 15-year-old self. And obviously everyone always says like, oh yeah, let's invest in, like I should have bought a house when I was that age, or like jokes around and things like that. But God has you right where He wants you in that moment, right? So I don't think I would have changed it very much.
Okay, graduating then, like graduating high school.
Graduating, I think the one thing that I would have, like, I mean, just to make my life easier is like having more of a sense of purpose in that time. Like right now, I feel like my sense of purpose is strong. Like I know what I want to do. During that time, like even for a lot of like kids graduating high school, you have that fear of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do after high school.
I feel like a lot of people still have that after high school.
Yeah,
Why,
bro.
why do you think that is?
Scared to commit.
Okay.
I think that has a lot
Like
to do
commit
with
to themselves or commit to like the wrong thing
commit
or
to something and they then feel like, oh, it's not gonna work out. Like I think that's where it starts. Like me personally, like scared, taking that commitment, the next step, and like it's part of growing up, man. I think the commitment part. Everyone's scared to commit nowadays. Like even in relationships, bro. Like no one wants to get married. Like no one wants to commit to their dreams, or like you're like, this is the way I look at it, and like a lot of like mindset training too. Like with CEO Warrior.
Yeah.
Like one of the first things that they told us, like going into that program and them teaching us stuff, is like, right now, sit down, picture your life and stimulate your senses. Like sit down and think about what your dream life is, what it smells like, what it feels like, what it tastes like, what you see. Like they literally did this practice with us. We sat down and we thought about our perfect life, like our dream home, like us sitting in the living room, looking outside my window, seeing a beach, seeing the outdoors, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And picture yourself there, right? Picture your perfect life, and then from that, bro, like that automatically locks in your sense of purpose, bro. I feel like that's where I found it.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, how do I get there? Like you can pick any career, bro, whatever you do, and you can eventually get to that picture in your mind.
Yeah.
You just got to take the right steps, Yeah. You can be successful with anything, bro. You just got to love what you're doing and fall in love with the process. Like that's really what it is, and you'll get there eventually. I'm not there obviously, but the thing that I'm doing now, I know that it'll get me there eventually.
Yeah.
And like so like if that's something that you haven't done, I definitely recommend that you do that. Like just sit down and really, like for me, like I picture me sitting in my living room in my dream home, hearing the sounds of the birds outside, Like it's a deep level, bro. Like
Yeah.
you really dive into that and just sit there and think about that,
Yeah.
and it really takes you somewhere else, Like for me, like I'd love to live next to the ocean, bro, and like
Yeah. I guess I've never really thought of it that way. Like as far as imagining like where I want to be, like I don't know if you want to call that like financially, because like living in a home like that.
not
fi-
everybody's
fi- yeah, like, and I don't think like I'm attached to like the financial piece as hard as like I should be, I guess. Like growing up, like I always felt like it was always money that we were like chasing after, and
Well, honestly, bro, it's obviously about mainly for most people it's about like security, like their
security,
family.
yeah, like being comfortable.
Bro, like your dream, right? Like you're a pilot, right? You're a
Yeah.
pilot. Like your dream could be like, oh, I'm flying in a Cirrus, a Cirrus. What is the jet series? What is that?
Oh, the Vision Jet.
The Vision Jet? Like
Yeah.
maybe that your vision.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking for you. Like I'm not. These your
Yeah, like I don't see my like dream. I obviously like I do want to live like a good life as far as like want a family, want to live in a nice home,
Yeah.
like drive a nice car or truck, and like the bills are paid. But like right now where I'm at, it's like I want to experience what I experienced the first time I got into aviation, and that was just like it's undescribable. Like the I can't describe the feeling to you unless like you've experienced it or like you've experienced the type of experience that I've had, like in your life, like maybe you've done something that's equivalent to like what I've done in aviation, and that's like it's a feeling and a moment that could never be taken away from you.
Yeah.
I think like the first time that I ever flew an airplane, which like to be honest, I might have not even been ready to fly the airplane yet, but I still did it, right?
Yeah.
Like and like you reach this moment and this feeling of just like peace, and you always get that feeling, or I always get that feeling when you're coming into land. Like it's a feeling where you're coming in and like it's kind of like everything else just becomes quiet, and it's a place of just peace, and I dude, I'm addicted to that feeling, bro. Like I want that feeling. Like I want to be able to experience that more times in my life than like I'm not done experiencing that, Like right now, like I feel like I'm in a place of like I'm in a season of like just patience, I'm having to wait a little bit to go back to school, and but I know what I'm chasing after, and I read something the other day. It said, "Don't give up on something that you think about every single day." And dude, it's something that I think about every single day. Like I look through my pictures, I see me flying airplanes. Like I watched the video of me and Pops coming into land. Like I think you've seen the video of me and Pops coming into land. And dude, like you could honestly hear like the joy and also like the nervousness in his voice. Like you can hear the sound, but like in his voice, And he's like, "You got it, buddy. Like you got it. Like like you got it." And I honestly felt like he was a little bit nervous, but also proud of me at the same time, And it's just more of those moments that I'm like chasing after, that I want to achieve in life, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel that though, man. Like you have a vision. That's what your vision is. Like your piece is from what I'm listening and like what I'm
Yeah.
main is like you like being in the air. You like feeling that peace. Like that. Because I felt that feeling before too, man. And like I'm pretty sure you have a deeper connection with it than I do. Like just being up there and just being in the clouds or being above everything and just feeling like you got no worries. Like that, you've explained that feeling to me, and like that could be it for you. Like that's that level of purpose is just finding like locking in your mind what you want to feel eventually and working towards that.
So like, let me ask you this: do you consider like what I explained to you like purpose, or more like of a like? What do you describe, or what do you?
You're talking about like if you're talking about purpose,
like what do you think purpose is? That makes sense.
Like I think purpose for people like specifically like I'm a religious person, bro. Like I believe that our purpose here is to use the talents that God gave us to make the world a better place or to make a difference in someone's life. That's honestly what I believe that we're here for. Like using the talents that God has given us for that reason. I think when it comes to like the purpose in life, like people like scared to commit, scared of getting into like the workforce and like getting out there and committing to a career, like that stuff is just a sense of finding purpose. But like purpose is, I feel like is like our purpose of here, like what my opinion is a whole deeper level than that. Like even if like let's just say like for example like I get to the point where I reach that vision in my head,
Yeah.
right? Like where I'm sitting in my living room, I have this big house I'm sitting in, and I'm next to the beach. I feel like in that moment, if I actually get there one day, I'm still not gonna feel fulfilled.
Okay, yeah, that was my next question.
I won't. Like I know my family will feel secure and everything, and that's the one of the things in my heart that I want is I want my family to feel like they don't have any worries. That's what I want. But when I do get there, I don't feel like I'll be fulfilled, and the reason why is because I feel like my fulfillment is when I go to heaven, bro. Like that's the only like place where I will truly feel fulfilled, you know. And that's just my total like honesty, bro. And the one thing that I know as for me and how I operate, if I don't have something that I'm working towards or I look forward to, I feel like I get depressed. I feel a lack of purpose, and it's a very scary situation for me to be in, you know. So that thought in my head, like I know it's gonna take me. I don't want to say. Okay, you know what? Let me retract that because what I say out of my mouth, I feel like it truly comes to pass. So I don't want to say it's gonna take a long time. It won't. I feel like I can be there.
I like that.
Next month if I really wanted to. But if when I get to that moment, I feel like I won't be satisfied. I'll have a new vision at that point. But I feel like true fulfillment will come from God directly, bro. Like there's nothing here on this earth that will truly like satisfy your like your want for more, I guess.
Yeah. So you feel like if you got to where you wanted to be at, like in the snap of a finger, you'd still feel that way.
100%. Yeah. I feel like the thing and we talked about it before, like even like off the podcast, like in the car, you know, when we have those brother talks, you know, like I think what I feel like I enjoy the most right now is like the pain and suffering of like what we go through on a daily, or not on a daily, but like when those hard moments come, you know, like I enjoy those moments when we get out of them, you know, like that feeling of like success and like us conquering the day, you know, if we have a hard day, like I love that feeling of like, all right, today's over, tomorrow's a better day.
Yeah.
I made it today. I'm still alive, and I'm breathing, and the only person that really got me through it, in my opinion, is God. You know, like that's the reason why I'm there, and I think it's like the good feeling that I get is like when I get to talk to you about those moments, and we get to share those. Like, hey man, we're here, man. We're celebrating life. You know, even like. Cause we've been in some pretty dark like moments, bro. You know, like and we talk about them all the time. We get emotional and stuff. Like, man, even in the gym, bro. Like you use those moments for fuel. You know, I was thinking about that today. When before the pod, like I was just thinking about what we were gonna talk about, and man, like those moments in the gym, like when you're when you're pushing and the weight feels heavy. I like taking my mindset to somewhere else where I felt even more pain. You know, and like earlier, like the last 4 years, bro. Like I felt like I've endured a lot of BS.
Yeah.
Without cussing. And those moments where I feel like I'm dealing with something hard, like I always think about those moments, and it makes the moment that I'm in a lot easier. You know. I hope I didn't lose you by some like.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
But.
Yeah, to be honest, man, it sounds like you're really like in tune and in touch with like your faith. And that's something that I strive for, man. Like, there's been moments in my life where, like, man, I've been really close to God. Right now, I feel like I'm in a time of my life where I'm not as close as I want to be with Him. But, like, I feel like it's people like you, the people that I'm close to, like, that motivate me to, like, you know, like, I need to get right with God. Or, I know God will always meet me where I'm at, but I know that I still have to do my part as a human, you know, to like.
I'm not there, bro.
Open my arms, you know.
No, I'm still working on myself, bro. There's a lot of things like that, like, and that's like from other people's perspective, you know. Like, there's a lot of things that I still need to work on, you know. Like I think
that's just your own perspective, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should have a perspective on what your walk with God is, you know, like.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. I'm enjoying the process. Either way, like the whole thing. I'm learning new things every day. You know,
I feel like
I'm a work in progress. You know,
I feel that. Do you feel like you like stepping up and being a part of like the church and things has helped you out as a man grow, or do you feel like it's benefited you in any way, or do you feel like
Mm-mm.
it hasn't?
It hasn't, bro. Like honestly, my reasons for helping in the church and stuff like that are purely personal, bro. It's more about like I feel like God put me here, you know,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm alive because of Him, you know. So
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, bro.
I need to do something, at least give my time back. If I, like we just talked about two podcasts ago, like how much debt that I was in at one point. Like, if I can't give money because I'm paying off another man's like money that has been lended to me, like if I'm there, bro, like I have to at least give something else. I give my time, and honestly, I feel like my time is very important, bro. Like but for God, I'll I'll spend that time in the church. So that's why I started doing that. Like if you're asking me like why I started serving in the churches, that's really why. Like if I can't give like all the money that I feel like God that in the church deserves, like I at least want to give my time. You know,
Yeah.
like, do something. You know, I want to at least do something to give back. You know, and I mean, and it's right now I feel like my time is like at least that. You know,
Yeah.
like
That's
and
deep.
So yeah. What about you?
What about me?
I feel like I'm talking about myself.
No,
Like,
you're good. I felt like you've been carrying the whole pod, bro.
I know. I want to hear what you got, bro. Like what like where you at?
And to be honest, bro, like where I'm at right now is like I said like a minute ago, I feel like I'm in this season of just waiting, but I don't like I don't like putting that in my head either, if that makes sense, you know? Like I'm just waiting around. But I feel like God is teaching me like patience right now because that's something that I really struggle with. I My girlfriend told me that you think money will solve your problems, but there's a lot of things that money can't fix. And it kind of hit me like, man, like that's true. Like sometimes like even if you have money, you're still gonna have to wait for things, you know. But right now, money would fix my situation, you know. Like it would. Like I want to go back to school. I want to start. I want to really get into the whole aviation thing and start. I want to make a career out of it. I
Yeah.
want to be able to fly. But right now, financially, it just doesn't make sense. You know, I got myself into some pretty good debt going to school. For people that don't know, it's very expensive. You know, it's dude. My leading up to my check ride, the last maybe 3 weeks, I racked up maybe almost $5,000, $6,000 within 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like I was using loans or my credit cards to pay for it, you know, and so now I'm just trying to pay it down. And I mean, me and you sat down the other night, you know, and we're going over like what you call it, the P&L.
I call it my personal P&L, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
your personal P&L.
Everyone.
And to be honest, man, it's helped me be very like vigilant of my spending. Every time I swipe my card, I'm very conscious. Okay, I only have X amount of dollars to spend this month, and outside of that, I have to be paying down my debt. You know.
Yeah.
And it's working. It is working. But the patience part is, man, like it is not coming fast enough. You know, and it pisses me off sometimes. Like, oh man, I just like if I could just hit the lottery, bro, or something.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just a waiting game for me right now.
Yeah. Bro, I swear, bro, but once you get in that groove of like, all right, you know what? I do have this extra money that we did calculate on this like amount of like debt and amount of income that I have coming in.
Yeah.
Like once you see that leftover, like you're gonna see it. It's gonna be tangible, bro. You put it back in and you're gonna see more of it come back the next month. Like and that's when you get excited about the process, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like that is like okay. Like going back to what we were saying earlier, that like that's your purpose right now. Like, all right, I need to pay off this debt. Like I think that like I find excitement in the process, bro. Like I when I see something working, like I get excited about it. Like how do I even make this even better than what it is right now?
Yeah.
You know, like and I feel like that, bro, you find like purpose, you know? Like that's I don't know.
No, it right now, man, I don't feel like it's very purposeful at all, you know? I just You know, one thing that I do want to talk about is like I like teaching people, and one person that I've been able to really teach is Mondo, Armando,
Yeah, yeah,
your brother-in-law.
yeah,
I call him my brother-in-law too, but man, dude, like I see him have like this strong like work ethic that is unmatched compared to kids his age.
yeah,
Like I working with him, he's a high schooler, you know. He acts very like immature and like he'll say dumb stuff and it's just like the part that will bug me is like he'll say dumb stuff in front of like other construction workers and it's like, bro, come on, like don't be acting like that,
yeah.
especially around me. Like I don't want to be tied to that how you're acting, you know. But it's like outside of that, man, seeing him like become great at something that I used to like do like or have a passion for has been very excited for me, you know, and teaching him and me knowing like man like like I'm gonna be a part of his success, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. Like it is a really good feeling. Like today I was calling him, texting him, telling him I'm helping him out with getting his ET card and everything, and like I could just hear the excitement and like the appreciation in his voice, you know. Like he's excited about it, and I know he's gonna be a really good asset to Apex and Electrical Power Source.
Yeah.
And as far as being purposeful and like having a meaning towards like whatever I'm going through in life right now, that's probably the only thing that I can say right now. Cause like other than that, man, I feel like my life is just pretty much on hold right now, and
Yeah.
it does get bothering. Like it does get to me sometimes.
Bro, there's so many
Like,
different levels of building, bro, or different levels of what you can do. Like you can be in the books. Like during this process, you can build your character, you can build your knowledge. There's so many different levels to this, bro.
yeah,
And I feel like we don't know everything, bro. There's
Yeah.
always something to learn, and like you might learn something that you don't think is useful now, like today, and you're like, man, what the heck am I spending my time on this for? But
Yeah.
later down the road, you're like, oh shoot, like I can use what I learned that day when I didn't feel like that was gonna be useful for
Yeah.
anything. Like, it's like the same concept of like when the teachers like talk about, oh, like learn this equation in math, and you're like, bro, I'm never using this.
Yeah.
You know, but like in life later, like, oh shoot, like I think one thing, not to get off topic what we're
There you
talking
go.
about right now, but like one thing that people underestimate is how much math is actually involved in construction, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and
for
that's
sure.
that's a perfect example of oh, I didn't think I was gonna use that later, but now we use it. You know,
Yeah.
like there's those moments, bro. You know, so I think anything like learning anything new, man. Like, I think even now, like even with your mindset of oh, I think my life's on hold right now. Like nah, like God's preparing you for something greater, bro. You just keep doing down the same path that you're on right now, and just find that purpose. That's what's gonna kind of get you motivated to continue. You know,
Yeah.
some people give up.
Yeah, man. Like I feel like it's so easy to give up. It's
Yeah.
so easy just man, it sucks. You know, I'm just gonna give it a shot tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
And dude, sometimes you putting it off till tomorrow, man, could be a delay of months, man. Like if you just keep on telling yourself, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, or I didn't get it done today, I'll get it done tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
And like that is just a very
Bro.
sucky mentality, bro. It's like tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow.
You see this happening to every like a lot of people. And yeah, I know we're going a little bit over time, so we're gonna probably wrap it up here pretty soon. But just last thing that I wanted to mention, bro. Like yesterday was the draft, right? Perfect example of someone that I see that I know works hard, bro. No one sees what they're doing, but I know on the back end they're working hard. Shador Sanders, Deion Sanders' son.
Yeah.
Like during the draft, everyone was expecting him to go number one, like not number one, but in the first round. You know, at least in the first round. And I know yesterday for him, like he was sad, bro. Like he had this whole setup, you know, like had his I don't know if it was his brand or whatever, but he had this whole like thing set up. His family had Dion was there watching him, bro. Like I know the weight of like his dad watching him, bro, is probably heavy on him, you know.
Yeah.
And for him not to get drafted first round, I know that did something to him, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like the amount of back end work that he's been doing for that outcome, like that's always gonna be a thing. Like life is always gonna do that to somebody, you know. But it's all the back end work. Like even though he didn't get drafted in the first round, bro, he's well prepared for the NFL. You know, like he's put in the work. You know, so like it's kind of corny, but they're adding fuel to the fire. Like that probably is, and And you know what? It could be a thing where, like he goes to the NFL and he's trash. He doesn't do good. You know that could be a thing. But at the end of the day, man, like he's on stage. He did get drafted, and bro, it's just there's those moments in life when you're putting in the work and God just has other plans, bro. Like
and we might consider them like losses in the moment, you know.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: like, do you feel like you handle situations like that, like loss, well? Like, obviously, like no one wants to lose, but how do you feel like you handle loss?
I feel like I handle it okay.
Like when you go and take your test and you didn't pass, like how did it make you feel? Like were you?
I mean, discouraged, of course, but I mean, I'm not gonna give up. That's the mindset is immediately, and then afterwards, like you give it a day or so after you don't pass or you lose, and it's like, man, like you forget. It's easy to forget the importance, man. But like, I remember, like you're asking about loss. I remember the first time I ever lost in a jiu-jitsu match when we did jiu-jitsu. Bro, when I went in there overly confident, you know, and I wasn't like being cocky or anything, but like, I just thought in my head like I'm gonna beat this fool. I got armbarred in the last minute of the match. Yeah. And bro, when I got up, I was like, man, I lost, dude. Like, and I was surprised. I myself like was surprised that I lost. You know, like I didn't go into that match thinking I was gonna lose. And I remember I faced the same kid again and I lost again, but that time I didn't get submitted. But it's just one of those things, and I felt like I didn't train too much more time after that, so I didn't get to meet him again. But another scenario when I
know not to cut you off, bro, but I know that bro. I'm gonna go on a tangent real quick, but I gotta tell the story, bro. I remember going against this kid in jiu-jitsu.
Lorenzo.
Yes, bro. I remember I lost to him, I think 2 or 3 times. And
bro, you did. It was 3 times.
He was always in my weight bracket, bro. Always IBJJF, bro. Those tournaments. And I remember, bro.
He was always bigger than you, bro.
Yeah, bigger than me. Because I was a thick kid, bro. When I was growing up, I just had a lot of meat on me, bro. And I remember Dad was online and he was looking at a bracket and he goes, "Son,
bro, you know what we need to do? Hold on. Tommy, when we find this, we're gonna find the clip. We're gonna post it on this podcast so they can show that video footage. But bro,
dude, like I remember when that 4th tournament, whatever, he was like, "Hey, son, you're going against the same kid again." And I remember just dreading the training camp, bro. Just like, bro, I'm gonna lose. Like, and dude, I remember in this match, bro, we have to have a whole pod where we just talk about our jiu-jitsu days, bro, because that was crazy. But I remember I was so confident that I was going to beat this kid. I had to beat another kid before I even got to him, bro. Yeah. And in my mind, I was like, oh, this kid's going to be easy, bro. And like the first minute I armbarred him, bro, like from I was in guard and I armbarred him from the bottom. And moved on to the next match, which was him. And, bro, it was a fight all the way to the end. But I remember, bro, I was so tired during that whole match. In, like, the arena, it was in Santa Cruz. They're selling hot dogs in there. And, bro, the whole room smelled like hot dogs. I just remember I was so thirsty. I was tired, and I took a deep breath. And I almost threw up because I could just smell hot dogs, bro. And I was like, man, dude. And I remember, like, Dad was yelling. He's like, "Stephen, you got 30 seconds, Stephen." And I'm like, 10 seconds. He's like, and Dad's pissed, bro. And I remember, I don't know, bro. I don't know if it was Coach Nick or Coach Abel, bro, that taught us like what was it called? Is it the butterfly sweep or no? It was
bro, it was just like a what did you do? No, you did like you.
No, like you go to pull guard, but instead of pulling guard, like you just kind of flip them over.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
I pulled one of those, bro, and I remember we were tied, but there's advantage points too. Yes. And I was down in points, but the sweep was 2 points because the takedown is 2 points. Yes. And so I was able to tie it, and I had more advantage points than him.
Because you went for more submissions.
Yeah, I was going for more submissions. Yeah. And, bro, I remember Dad was like, hold it, Stephen, hold it. Like, and he was trying to armbar me, bro. But I just remember, like, the go-to, like defense was just going like this, bro. And I just remember, like, when I got up, bro, I was like, yeah. I'm not going to lie, bro. It looked like I was getting cooked the whole match, bro. Like, he had me, bro, like, in a mounted triangle, bro. Yeah, that was crazy. Bro, my bad, bro. I went on a tangent.
No. That honestly, bro, I got so excited when you won that match, bro. I was right there.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember, bro, you got up, you were, yeah, bro, you're like, what were you, like 9, bro? Yeah. Bro, I was freaking hyped for you, bro. That was a cool moment, bro, and I'll never forget that. Like, it's on video, we can show all that happening, but, like, that's instilled in my brain, too, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'll never forget that moment. Like, that was...
I miss days like that, you know, and, dude, like you having a son, bro. I hope you put him in jiu-jitsu, bro. I hope like he does like the football, the baseball. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're gonna be. I know Dad's gonna be excited to watch him play too. Like, but from like a father aspect, you get to see what Dad was seeing, you know, and like experiencing that. And it's probably like you're gonna be reliving your memories through him, like when he's in those situations too. You
I gotta
know?
teach him something else, bro, just in case like he ever gets disrespectful, bro. I gotta be able to beat him in something.
Yeah.
You know? Like, gotta be able to keep up with him. You know, so
Yeah.
I might put him in boxing or something.
Yeah.
You know, I go back to train jiu-jitsu or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I think it's a good time to stop though, man.
Yeah, bro, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off earlier, though, man.
No, you're good, bro.
Yeah.
It was natural. Went the direction we needed it to. So,
Yeah.
but thank you guys for watching, man. You guys tune in next week. We'll have another pod for you guys. You guys take care.
See ya.